If we were to go back in time and back to the beginning, cubes were never supposed to be magnetic, as no one even thought of where cubing would get in the future. We are now used to seeing cubes with all these fancy maglev magnets, corner magnets, airborne weather radars, which have all been used to make cubes fit in the modern cube era with all these methods, all these algorithms that I never learned, and all these new finger tricks that became a bit too much for the regular Rubik's Cube. So let us start from the very beginning. 44 million years ago, the Earth was back when people began to notice the flaws of the early designs of the Rubik's Cube. No, I'm not talking about this. Other solutions were found. Mainly, there were changes within the cube itself, as in the core design or even piece designs, like the torpedoes used in many of the first new-gen SpeedCubes. Lube was also introduced and used to make them faster, of course, but exceeding the limit of the cube meant this. When Dayan released the Guhong V1, which was revolutionary, it was the first cube ever to have reverse corner cutting, which is one of the features that has allowed Felix Zemdex and Max Spark to set such fast records. However, corner cutting was not the only upgrade which could have changed cubing forever. There was something else, something different, and that was magnets. What started as a DIY kit for a cube quickly became very popular in the speedcubing community, and of course, it couldn't go long unnoticed. GAN released its first factory magnetized cube, the GAN 356 Air UM, and they are also the ones who came up with the corner magnets in late 2020, more on that later. Magnets basically had one job: align the layers together to enable turning sooner, and with that, have a shorter solve. This was one of the first big steps that brought cubes to where they are today. Many other types of magnets were used, and they became either stronger or weaker on cubes with different characteristics. But not everyone preferred them that way. The solution? Adjustable magnets. A setting and feature which basically makes the magnets more distant for a weaker attraction force or closer for a stronger attraction force. And speaking of the force of attraction, SpeedCubeShop.com has bundles for this February 14, so make sure to grab something from the collections or any other SpeedCube or accessory you have in mind using discount code CubeMan at checkout to help support my channel and also get a sweet discount. Now back to the magnets, they soon became very popular among the cubes. And nowadays, factory magnetized cubes are the standard, with only extremely budget cubes not having them. Unless we're talking about the GAN RS, which is a very expensive cube that GAN still hasn't magnetized and for some reason is way more expensive than your average budget cube. It is very rare to find a non-magnetic cube even among the cheapest cubes on the market. In fact, I only own one non-magnetic 3x3, and that is the Yushin Little Magic. Look at how it compares to the magnetized version. As you can see, it is much more stable with the magnets, more smooth and better looking when not touched. As we advanced, GAN introduced corner magnets, which was a different mean of making cubes even more stable by basically adding more magnets between the core and the corner pieces. And now we have even seen edge pieces magnets, which basically are placed on the edge for them to attract to the core of the cube, making the cube even more stable. So it is very normal to find 400 magnets in a Rubik's Cube. Another huge advantage was for the big cubes like the 7x7 that became way easier to turn and even reduced pops during solves. The magnets also kept the inner layers aligned and provided a faster and smoother turning. Maglev magnets are now being used to make the cube even faster by removing the friction of the spring and replacing it with two magnets that repel each other. The point of this video was to show you guys how advanced cubing has become. It is only for the best. Well, kind of. Since we're using more and more materials, prices of the cubes are now through the roof. However, some cubes still maintain their budget price and even include most of these new features. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this innovation and if you think it can get even crazier than this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to use discount code CubeMan at SpeedCubeShop.com, and if you guys want to see more of these videos, also consider subscribing if you haven't to never miss an upload. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.